Hey there folks, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I hope everybody out there had a lovely week and is ready for a nice weekend. Our weather's not going to be quite as nice this weekend, but that's okay because I'm going to basically be inside all day Saturday watching college football anyhow. But today I want to share with you an easy, delicious raw vegan pesto recipe. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you go down there and hit that subscribe button. Then be sure you click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Yesterday I'm continuing to go through, round up all my old recipes that I have, and a number of them I'm actually tweaking because, like I say, I generally will come up with a recipe on the go. And not being a proper recipe person, what I mean by that is the type person that develops a recipe, that actually makes it over and over and over until it's just right. And I'm not really, that's not my skill set exactly, but I come up with some pretty tasty stuff. So I came up with this one, or I saw this one last night, and I was going through the recipe again. And I'm like, okay, that's okay. And I was like, okay, that one actually needed a little something to go with it. So I've already made it. I didn't figure there was any need for you guys to watch me blend with my tamper. That can be some kind of tedious work. And also too, just to let you know, starting off the video, I'm going to use this pesto on a salad, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's my standard salad these days, and I'll probably mix that up a little bit after the cabbage is out and get some other stuff, maybe some carrots, some purple onions, some different stuff to put on there. But for today, got a hit of red leaf lettuce, got some broccoli slaw, got some chopped red cabbage, and have lentil sprouts. Now you might be saying, why are you putting pesto on a salad? Well, I like it for salad dressing too, and I wanted to make it today, see how it tasted again, and I just really wasn't in the mood for zoodles. I wanted a salad. I'm like, and I've done this with other things before, that I've had other recipes that they started off me putting them over zoodles, and I kind of tweak them just a little bit for salad. And I'll tell you a couple of different tweaks on this recipe right here. But to start off, let me tell you what's in here. I've got the juice of 2 lemons. I've got 2 cloves of garlic. I've got half a cup of soaked pumpkin seeds. Gotta love pumpkin seeds. Get a little extra zinc in your body too. Let's see, I said the garlic, the pumpkin seeds, the basil, the juice of 2 lemons, then basil. Now I probably used about a cup of basil, but I have a philosophy on basil. And somebody that's more of a recipe person and gets into the subtleties of recipes and actually develops real recipes might argue, but for me, there's no such thing as too much basil. There's no such thing as too much basil. If I had a little bit more access to it here, if it was a little bit cheaper, I might want to put even more in there. But I put at least a good cup in there. So if you want to put more, put more. I added 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. I chopped up, and this is just kind of filler, gives it a nice little texture. I chopped up, and I've got 1 medium-sized zucchini, and I put just a little bit of Himalayan salt in there. Now, just with that lemon juice, if you're using a Vitamix high-speed blender, I just started off, I didn't add any water to begin, and I'm going to tell you 3 different ways to do this dressing and how I'm going to use this recipe in 3 different ways, or how I would use it in 3 different ways. Okay, like I say, I started out, I just blended without adding any water. Worked it. You work your tamper, you work your gear slowly, getting a little faster. It's kind of, you just got to play with it. And eventually it'll get going, and it'll get going, and it'll get going. Now, another reason I wanted to make this is I do a raw lasagna from time to time, and with the raw lasagna, you can mix it up too and have different layers in there and do different things with it. The last time I didn't do this, but I've wanted to do this, so I'm going to use in the next time I make lasagna, I'm going to have a layer in there that's just pesto. Now, if I were using this recipe for lasagna, just for a layer in there, I would want that to be absolutely thick as possible. If I were making a lasagna right now, I would have probably not added one drop of water. I would have just kept working my tamper. I would have gotten it as creamy as it could. It would have been real, real thick. And I'd have probably just taken my trusty old Vitamix spoon and just spread a layer on the zucchini, on the sliced zucchini that I use in my lasagna. Now, if I was using zoodles, if I was making zoodles, I would pour, and once again, what do I always say? You can always add a little bit more water. You can never take water away. So I would pour just the tiniest bit of water in there. Tamper again. If it's not enough, put a little bit more in. Just wait until you get just that right consistency where you can imagine it really sticking to those zoodles and just, still being nice and thick, not runny, but sticking to the zoodles. Now for a salad, add a little bit more water in there, and I blend it up just a little bit more. In fact, I'm going to give one tiny little, I made the recipe so I could prepare for the video. I'm gonna need to give this one more blend because it settles in the blender. So I will put just the slightest bit of water in there again, blend it back up, and put it on my salad and enjoy. Now also too, the amount of this recipe, and that's really, really thick right there. If you could actually put just a little bit of water in there, probably extend it on up another half inch or so, and that's a lot of dressing. Now for me, when I'm on salads or anything else, I was like this long before I became vegan, which is a good thing I went vegan raw, doing a healthy version of this, because I like a very wet salad. I like a lot of salad dressing on my salads, and back in the day, I love blue cheese dressing, and I love dressings like that, and sometimes I just try to block it out of my mind, like how much fat I was using in a salad dressing, because I would use the store-bought stuff. I'd use half a bottle of blue cheese just on a salad. And, anytime I was in a restaurant with good salad dressing, I would use it. But point being is, at least now, there's no guilt. So I don't actually know how much I'm going to use of this, but you could, even though that recipe, that's not too much fat if you're planning your fat out during the day. Even if I wanted to eat this whole thing with a half cup of pumpkin seeds in there, like I say, if I'm eating a heavier concentration of fat like that in one meal, I haven't had fat anywhere else. I didn't even put hemp seeds in my green smoothie this morning. So anyhow, that one's going to go in the recipe book, and I'm going to continue mining these recipes, tweaking them, and I'll put a couple, even though I'm going to put them in the book, I'll put a few out, here on the channel. But anyhow, hope you guys like this one. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys again on Monday. Look at that color. Nice and green.